Good gravy. Hey, you guys. My mouse was not working. It was not cooperating at all. Hi, LFT.
Oh, I have to unmute. Hi, sorry.
Okay.
I got. Wait, did I unmute?
Huh?
I unmuted, right?
Yes, you did unmute. We are live.
Hey, y'all.
You
Um,
good?
yeah.
All righty.
I took the
Buckle up,
world's fast.
Buttercup.
I took the world's fastest shower, and I don't think I got all the water out of my ears before I put my earbuds in.
Oh. I'm
Um,
going to say hi to everyone. Hi, K-Braze. Hi,
yeah.
Ava. Kate. Kate. It was so good to see you.
Oh, nice.
Pointer. Buckle up. Get your cheat. Yes. This was the greatest comment. And I agree. I'll apologize and make a donation. That's fine. If I'm all washed up. Don't think so. Hi, Linda. Linda's being held hostage by one of the toddlers. Oh, dear God. Everyone.
The grandkids got wind of
Yeah.
the club.
They know what's happening.
They're like, we won't end on this press conference.
Mm-hmm.
There's information we need to know.
Mystic Wheel. Hi, friend. Hi, boss man. How are you?
Hey, Petunia.
Katie. Oh, my. Lavina. Hi, how are you, beautiful? Foxfire. It is so good to see you guys. Betty, welcome back. Hi, Petunia.
K-Braze, I'm at home and mine barely works, if that's any consolation.
I do have the press conference. I mean, I have the Facebook page up and ready to go as soon as they go live. But thanks, Foxfire. We're so glad you're back. We are so glad you're back. I mean, is anyone?
I'm
what?
Interested. I'm so interested to see what they have to say. Wow, this is a really bad echo. I've got the towel wrapped on my head and the earbuds in, and I feel like I'm in a cone.
Is there anyone that thinks that this is not? Does anyone think she was actually abducted? Put a 1 in the chat if you think she was actually abducted. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think she was actually abducted. Put a 3 if you're like, hey, I don't really know what's going on. There's too many damn, I don't know.
Put a 4 if you think the Russells are going to be at the press conference.
Oh, 2. Okay, Mystic says 2. Betty 2.
Wait, what was 2? She's not a...
Yeah, she was not.
Hey, Search and Rescue.
Risk says 2 all the way. Hi, Search and Rescue. We're just going to say Capone's mom. Hi, Capone. Hi, Capone's mom. Shifty. Hi, love. Gosh, I miss
Wait,
you.
what are the options? One, she was abducted. Two,
Hmm.
not abducted.
Hmm.
Three, I don't know.
Hmm.
And four, are the Russells going to be there?
I don't think the Russells will be there. TT the good
Um,
Tiffany. That's what the numbers are for. Um,
okay. I'm open to hear like what's leading. I hope they, if there's signs of an abduction, that they give some details on what's pointing them in that direction to help clarify for the public's sake, to to
mhm.
help put an end to
The
um
drama.
yeah, the
Ava pleads the
whirlwind.
fifth.
Better bring a law. Well, I hope they. I stand by them having a lawyer. I think it would be silly of them not to at this point.
Well, we talked about that last night,
So
and I agree. Like, if you, what is that old adage we always say? Like, if you have the ability,
hmm
please get yourself a lawyer. I bet her parents are going to be so humiliated. I, Mystic, I truly, it's funny because K-Braze really had me thinking last night when I went to bed. And, as we all do, you kind of reflect on the day or whatever. And I was reflecting on some of the things, and I'm still mad. Like, I can't help being mad because in my heart of hearts, I don't believe this girl. Now, saying that, I also have tons of compassion for her and her situation that she had to get to this point because she felt very desperate. She felt extraordinarily desperate to pull a stunt. I also feel like her parents doubled down because that's what unconditional love is. I also feel like they need prayers too, because I agree. I think it's gonna be really messy.
well, that, and we touched on that last night too, because I think they're in a, the parents' position is one totally unique to anything else because this is their child, like we said, and you want to believe, and you do. I mean, they're going with their story, but they might be fighting. I'm assuming obviously they were in communication with law enforcement during the time that she was gone and thereafter, and I'm sure they're getting uh, questioned in ways that make that is they're like that might not be like, why aren't you taking her at her word kind of deal, and so they're fighting those emotions, and I can't imagine it, oh,
Gah!
it,
Oh my god, LFT, look at this! Look at this! Look at this!
what am I, okay. Oh
See?
my gosh, that's amazing.
Congratulations! Yay! Oh my gosh, congratulations. We're so happy for you. Oh my gosh.
uh,
Um,
I agree, Pointer Lover. I read a statement, I guess it was in that Facebook group. I think it's been circulating on Twitter. I think Coffindorfer even tweeted, shared it. But it
uh-huh.
was a statement of someone who lives in the neighborhood, like a block over, who participated, who watched like everyone rally together to devote their time and energy and take time off work and help search
Mhm.
and do all this stuff.
Oh,
And then, hmm
will you read that? Do
read
you
what?
have it? The message that you sent me this morning? Or do you want me to read it?
Uh, I mean, I can't. I can. Let me see if it'll cut me off. Hold on.
I mean, I have it if you need me to do it.
Okay, here we go. It says, I live in her neighborhood just a few streets over from her house. I do not know her personally, but our community rallied together and put forth our best efforts to find her. We collected donations and sent thousands of dollars to her parents via Venmo, Cash App, gift cards, and cash. We held a community wide prayer vigil on her street. We printed and hung posters all throughout the town. We hosted a prayer and popsicles one day in the neighborhood park. A neighbor created a sign up sheet to take her parents' meals for weeks in all caps. Crafty people in our neighborhood created pink and green awareness ribbons that were all displayed on our front doors at our expense. Just to name a few things we've devoted ourselves to. We all mourned together for 2 whole days. We dropped everything to help her and provide support for her parents. Some of us were in fear for our own lives. And then, in all caps, this story began to unfold. And like the rest of the country, we began to scratch our heads. People removed themselves from the meal sign up sheet, the bows dwindling from front porches, and our neighbors deserve answers. Her parents, in quotes, want privacy and then go on the Today Show. We gave our all for her and her family, and we were waiting on bated breath for some good news. I personally dropped to my knees and sobbed when I got a text saying they found her alive that night. And now, nothing. Crickets. We all feel duped. I want my money back. I want the PTO I used to aid in the rescue search back. Enough is enough. Ouch.
Yeah, that last line made me think of Search and Rescue Canine Mom. 2 baby girls? Oh, girl, you are going to be held hostage for years. This is amazing. Congratulations. Oh, I love it.
That's so exciting.
You know, what an amazing. Yeah. She literally doubled down. She was like, oh, 1? No, I can handle 2. Probably never thought about the attention. I agree, Wheel.
And I don't think that's what she intended either. I will say that in maybe her defense. Like I don't think she this is I don't think she expected it to go
National
this far.
attention.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Or
Let
at
me
least the
say,
negative attention. Certainly she didn't want the negative attention going this
well,
far if it
her own community of Hoover isn't really backing her, so I feel bad. Hi, Jane Doe. Before we go any further, I do want to say thank you. I know that there's a gazillion people live. I know that there's a gazillion really great people live that you could choose from to watch this. And thank you for being here with us. I really appreciate it. That's very kind. Hold on. Yes, I have fostered them for 22 months from infant, and it has been a wild 22 months. The system is so broken. And we have talked to Canine Mom about the system, and that's something we are still always supporting. And we are going to continue working with her. We haven't forgotten.
Jane Doe and crime sleuthing.
We need to continue the conversation about the system and how hideous it is, but we definitely want to congratulate you and your entire family. That's amazing. That's just great news. It's good to see you, Jane Doe. Oh, and you specifically chose us. Oh, crime sleuthing. We choose you. We choose you.
Hold on, I need to mute for 1 second. I've got to take a pill. Hold on. And I dropped it. Son of a nutcracker. Sorry, hold on.
We're still waiting for the press conference to start, but just a really brief rundown of like this story in case you haven't been paying attention, you just want to know what's happened. Carlee Russell disappeared last Thursday night. Ooh, we're dinging. What's dinging? Carlee Russell disappeared last Thursday night amid some controversy. Let's say that. Amid some controversy.
Then what happened?
Well, then what she said she saw was a toddler on the side of the road of I-459 in Hoover, Alabama. That's what she said she saw. Unfortunately, what she didn't count for was surveillance cameras, traffic cameras, all the things. So everyone can see what happened, which is not exactly what she said because no one saw a toddler on the side of the road. No one, and there was plenty of cars. No one reported one. There's no children missing at that description at that point in time.
No one reported seeing like a girl potentially being abducted or in danger on the side of the road once she was out of her vehicle.
Right.
Um,
Oh, hi, David. Thanks for being here. How was work? Goodness gracious. I hope you had a great day. So after that, 48 hours of being missing and her parents being terrified and the community coming together, God bless them. She arrived home. She arrived home on Saturday night, healthy.
well,
Well, I mean,
not
compared to
not
what
quite
she could have been.
herself. Yeah, she didn't arrive home in the way she left on Thursday morning. Let's put it that way. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Hi, Stacy. Welcome.
Um,
Um, so yeah. So in the meantime, her story is that she pulled over on the side of the road to help a toddler who was standing there, the toddler that no one saw. And a red-headed, balding truck driver who was in the woods lured her, important word,
mm-hmm.
into the woods and kidnapped her.
I wonder if
Now,
he was wearing a white shirt.
well, no, here's what's funny to me, because he lured her, right? What was the struggle then? Why did she take her wig off?
Hmm.
If you're being lured in, are they ordering you to take your wig off?
Well, I wonder if this scream and the dropping of the phone
Mhm.
happened before or after she was like where we see movement by the passenger side, where I think a part of me thinks, unfortunately, and I hate to say it, like I feel like that's when she's taking stuff out of the car and maybe throwing her purse in the car.
Mhm.
And maybe her watch was dead and already in her purse, but like, putting the devices, she was she opens like the passenger side door. It looks like there's a lot going on right there. And then I guess some people there is some movement, I guess, toward like she walks towards or someone's a figure's moving towards the woods, but kind of I don't know. I just
Me too,
a lot
Jane Doe. Me too.
a lot
I'm so
happened without
curious.
anyone seeing. And we either all need glasses at night when we're on the interstate or
I wear my sunglasses.
I hate having to wear my glasses at night, and that's the last thing. I don't want to. I don't want to get caught at the DMV. I don't want it to have to go on my license where it's like I'm required to
Mm-hmm.
wear them because I was just. I mean, I'm the worst at
Why
wearing
not
them.
take her car? Risk said. I agree. I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions. Hey, can you do me a favor, LFT? Can you pull up the Facebook page too and make sure that I don't miss it?
Mm-hmm.
I have it up and I keep refreshing it, but I'm a nervous wreck that
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to miss it. I
We
am
still have
so,
12 minutes.
yeah, I'm so curious as to what they're going to say, though. Um, why wouldn't she get back in her car and drive away? David, right? Because she's only being lured into the woods. Lured. You're being lured into the woods, but you have time to take off your Apple Watch, put your phone down, take your hat off, take your wig off, um, all the things, but you're being lured. And what was the scream and what was the shuffle? I don't understand any of it. It doesn't make sense. Bottom line, if this turns out to be made up, she's going to have to pay a hefty fine for lying about it. Some people are calling for her to be arrested.
Oh, we just had
I
tornadoes touchdown. Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry.
Some people are calling for her to be arrested. Sherry Papini was arrested. I don't know. Hi, it's me. Thank you for
What's it?
being here with us.
Really?
I hope it's clear too. I think, I'll be David, you know what? This is interesting too. None of the food that was purchased that night was found.
Mm-mm.
This is a hungry kidnapper who does nails, by the way. The redheaded trucker who drove her around, fed her Cheez-Its, and painted her nails. Oh, Ava, look at this coming in. Allegedly, she almost forgot her snacks. The scream and the shuffle explained. Ah, my Cheez-Its! Right? Like, I'm sorry. I know that it's not nice, but I mean, well, and also, so we forgot some of the details, and we're speculating on this, but her work, pardon me, her job, putting out a statement saying that they're working with police, that says something too. Because normally you're just like, oh, thank God she's back. We, support the family and da, 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 da. You don't say things like, we've handed everything over to the police. You've handed what over? Why would you need to? The girl just went missing. She was abducted. What? Because she stole something. That's why. That's the rumor. The rumor is she may have stole something. I'm assuming it's money. I don't know.
But according to the manager in the statement released by the Woodhouse Spa, they didn't. I thought it was very PC and very supportive of and thankful for her safe return and
Mm-hmm.
the difficulties that put her coworkers through because obviously the business that shut down, they continued having to deal with clients and have to put on a happy brave face and so in terms of the manager and what's been released on behalf of the spa itself, I, doesn't claim, I mean, in that defense, they do not, the institution, the business itself does not seem to claim anything. I feel like it's been employees that have spoken out to maybe or made comments on social media or to local news, but I haven't seen, the manager or the business entity come back to obviously verify or say, yes, she had done this because they basically just kind of praised her as she was a good employee and they were devastated to learn, what transpired Thursday night after she left their place of business.
How can she tell they had red hair if it was pitch black out? Great question. It was warm and supportive, as it should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
as the statement should be. It should be warm and supportive. But also, there's a little bit of nonsense. Hey, you need to mute because you're doing something.
Oh, I dropped the earbud fell out of my ear. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
I'm
Okay, so
sorry.
she pulls over, gets out, takes her wig off, puts her phone down, grabs her snacks, and walks over to a red haired David, I already love this comment. A red haired trucker and gets kidnapped only to be released later with no evidence of any essay. I don't know if she was essayed. I pray to Jesus that she was not. Um, but I don't think that they haven't speculated. They haven't said. They haven't said. So, hi, Pepper. Welcome
Well,
back.
don't forget she stopped by Target and also we found out, purchased snack type items and those items were not found in her car.
Well, she's busy. That was her ransom. Cheez-Its or you're out.
What?
Yeah, that's it. Bring me Cheez-Its. Nobody gets hurt.
So wait, but that's like her luring the abductor instead of the abductor luring her. Excuse me. Wow.
I think I'm so sorry, you guys. Hold on, my allergies are terrible today.
Did anyone else notice? I
Like
mentioned
that.
this to Tia this morning, and it was something that I thought about, and I just cut Tia off while she sneezed. But the parents, I thought it was interesting in their last statement, and I guess I'm being nitpicky, but they keep referencing like their priority, obviously their daughter, but they keep referencing her mental well-being, not her well-being, you know, not just like they specify like her mental well-being. And I thought that was kind of interesting.
Are
I
you
don't know if that's
checking?
trying to go ahead and yeah, I'm looking at the Hoover PD thing and then another website.
Okay, I'm trying to look as
Um,
well.
but I thought that was kind of interesting that they are now, you know, I don't know if it's kind of like to say to help brace in case there is the mental part of this, which I'm sure there is, and I'm sure there's the mental part in terms of her coping after this ordeal. You know, like that makes sense, but I just think it's very poignant of them to say like that's their main priority. That their daughter's like mental well-being, and she's given her statement, and now they hope that Ellie's pursuing her abductor.
All right, they postponed it for 35 minutes. So
Amazing. So glad I rushed through my shower.
you and me both.
Oh.
I'm sitting here with wet hair
Me
and
too. I was just putting in the like deep red stuff, and I was like, "Thank gracious, I'm not on camera." And
I mean, I
and that's
literally,
this would
I
be
am
really
a
sad if
hot
I
mess
accidentally
right
turn it on. And apparently,
I
they just had tornadoes hit
I'll show
down
you. Look,
in Nash County, where
in my
I'm
pile
not
of
showing.
laundry that needs to be folded, my hair, like I literally rushed.
I'm not showing boo. At least
Well,
not on
I don't
purpose.
care. Um, let's see. I'm glad this doesn't have a horrific ending. Me too, Pointer. Here's the thing. I'm really glad she's safe and at home. What I'm mad about is the time wasted, the money wasted, the people. Like I said, people like Search and Rescue Canine Mom who volunteer. They don't get paid for taking their animals out to help you find your child. They do not get paid. They volunteer. And my guess, my uneducated guess, and Search and Rescue Canine Mom can correct me, but I don't think it's an inexpensive thing to have a dog trained to do these things. I mean, there's certain things. I mean, I remember her telling us there's certain things, he has to be on a specific schedule. The heat is a factor. We talked to her back when Summer Wells went missing, and she was really, really helpful in educating us on, how these dogs work. And I'm just talking about that. Forget the fact that the man hours and the volunteers and the praying and then you're admonished by these parents for all the things that the community came together to do to help you find your child. That pisses me off. I'm sorry. That letter from the mom, that statement from the mom, the first of all, the public needs to no. First of all, you need to put your head down and shut up. That's what I say. I'm sorry. Stop talking. Stop it.
I think they didn't anticipate. I mean, I do feel for the parents in that they didn't anticipate any of this at lunchtime on Thursday, like knowing, thinking that something like this was going to happen. And
Hmm.
I guess you don't know necessarily how to handle it, but um, I, mm, mm, I just, I want to be careful with my words because I don't want to diminish their position or what they're feeling because I do. That's gonna, I mean, that's legit regardless if this abduction occurred or didn't occur. Like what they went through and the emotions and the position they're now put in is a very real one, and that is what it is. You know, like I mean, there's no getting around that. And
Right.
they're gonna have to, and that has to be really hard to know that there are people that are questioning not only you and your family, but your daughter in a very potential horrific experience. And if people aren't sure about the validity of it, that's got to be a damn shame and not easy to digest. And you're fighting those emotions too because you're like, wait a minute. Like, sweetheart, are you telling us everything? And good, bad, or ugly, like, we just need to know because we love and care about you, and all we want is for you to be okay. And
Well, I think Ava said something really important here. She said, I'll stand up and say, for me, it's absolutely personal. I've had Ellie look at me and not give a shit because other people made
mhm,
things up. So, yeah, personally, it pisses me off. Yeah. And there was a lady that was in here last night that brought attention or reminded us that when you're a victim of a crime like this, you don't get one statement. They ask you 17,000 ways the same question because if the community is in danger, if you are in danger, if your family's in danger, they want to find whoever it is that's causing
mhm.
this. And you one statement and shutting down is a red flag. Let's be real. Hi, Kate. Let's
Mhm.
just be real. And we all do want to know because their tax dollars went and they wasted it on a lie, possibly or probably, or 98% most likely.
Well, and I certainly
Nothing.
don't think, yeah, and no one should be like, I mean, I think it's sad that the parents had to say it in a statement, but like, no one should be bullying them to do anything. Like, no, we all have to just have a, we may, like, people may want to and be like, what the fart, were you thinking, yada, yada. But you got to have a level of class and just stay, you got to, a level of grace. It's stay, one step above the urge to do that. There's no point. All that does is make things worse. And just,
I didn't like the statement that the mother put out, you know, scolding the community.
there was something she said about prayer,
Uh-huh.
and I was
Not
like,
being we
I
just
don't
wanted
like
prayers.
that.
We didn't want prayers of entitlement or strings attached. Well, you know what? We didn't want your daughter to lie to an entire community. There's no
Mm,
such thing as a wasted prayer. No
hmm
such thing as a wasted prayer.
I don't, and that's not. I don't, in my opinion, that's just not how prayer works. Like,
It isn't.
you can
It
bargain
isn't.
with God, you can do it, not like it's the whole like acts of contrition, but that's not. It's still not how it works. Like, dear God, don't like if let her come home and I swear I won't eat French fries anymore or whatever the vice is.
Mhm.
But that's not. It's what we do, but it's not how it works. We just pray that we get through it
Right.
and guide us and help us like make better, make the right decisions and just help us get through this. But to say like they are not going to tolerate, prayers that come with conditions, I was like, I don't. I took offense to that.
I did
I
too.
was
I
like,
was like, excuse you. How about you just accept prayers? I don't know. It just nah. If one of my
it
children,
rubbed me the wrong way.
yeah, if one of my children had ever pulled on this, let me start this over again. Betty Boop. If one of my children had ever pulled this, we would be having a come to Jesus moment. It's so funny that you say that because we would too. We would too. But the come to Jesus moment is something that I was thinking about today. Actually, when I was in the shower, which was, that moment where something and it is a come to Jesus moment where you're kind of like, okay, how am I going to handle this? I'm in over my head. I don't know what to do. Like when did that moment happen for Carlee? Has that moment happened for her? Has she had her come to Jesus moment where she's like, oh boy, I don't,
Maybe that's
I'm
when she was sitting there for 3 minutes before pulling forward.
then
She was
I hope not, because that should have been the moment that you should have said, this is not worth it. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do this. I need to call my mom.
well. That I do think that like maybe she had multiple moments of that, but maybe that's one. I don't know what she was doing for those 3 minutes of sitting there, where it's like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I do like? Hmm, okay, I'm
See,
gonna
that's what
go.
I don't think she had that moment either. I really don't. I don't think she's had that moment. Um, but I mean, do you know what I'm talking? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, when you're in over your head and you're wide eyed and you're sitting there going, oh, shoot, I don't know what to do. What have I done? I've made a mistake. Oh, it's on? Okay. Oh, hold on. Thank you. I'm coming.
I kept refreshing it, and it was my internet. Boo.
Sprung into action. They organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation.
Why
the
is
Hoover
my
Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carlee.
My mouse isn't working. I'm sorry,
guys.
guys.
To say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community, and to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Dursis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Oh, it's not letting me do full screen.
Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me, it's the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department.
Wow, that is a spiffy jacket, sir.
The FBI, Secret Service, the United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we will work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered.
Give me the facts.
I'll give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of appointment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Yes, this is what I wanted.
Hey, if I drop, we're all of a sudden under a tornado warning, and it's getting weird. So if it falls off, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, you need to stay safe.
I'm standing outside watching it.
Oh my God. We are not twisted. Get your twister. Get your ass inside. Take cover.
It's just near like Carborough.
Wait, hold on.
59, and there is a kid just walking up their cell. Oh, hold on. Where are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the corner of the egg, like you got by the egg. Okay, here before the exit. Yes. Okay, and you're headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards that towards 280. Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound, or how old they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Can you
them.
Stay and keep an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, definitely. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, Pakistani, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. Right now? Okay. So is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere.
I have so many questions. We're going to have to map this out.
My name is Carlee Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't see that I did. Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best that you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them. Okay. All right, and do they have shoes on? No. I can't really see that. Look. Okay. All right, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them. But
Girl.
on the way, okay? Okay, thank you.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. The police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of the vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover Police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover Police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could find any trace. These searches took place throughout
Love
the
you,
day
Punksy.
Friday,
Feel better.
and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis.
Oh, girl.
Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to her disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "You have to pay for an Amber Alert" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught" was searched.
Oh my God.
On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on the computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can't say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
With that, we'll open the floor for some questions. Please raise your hand and I will call on you. Carol.
Do you expect any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with the disappearance and in connection with what was taken from the Woodhouse stop?
Right now, our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues. So to be perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even entered our mind or been discussed.
One more question. Is it surprising to you?
But thanks for bringing it to our attention now.
Well, I think the family stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Question, Chief. You stated that the abductor had orange hair. Was this abductor black male? Was it female? Black female? White female?
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Yeah, white male.
Is this alleged abductor yet on loose?
I can crime Southlin. I can see
I
you.
don't believe so.
Chief Brigadier WBRC, has a toxicology report been done or any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is there any indication of mental illness in this case? There's been a
concern in the community that if this were to turn out not to be a true story, that the next time a young woman of color filed.
Bye, K-Breeze. Thanks for being here.
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime but the fullest, just like we have this one.
Every crime to the fullest.
And not to my knowledge.
Chief, I know you said you were able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went? How would you characterize what happened to her?
You know, that's the $100 question. You know, we pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call, and we can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
One quick follow-up for parents. Did you speak with all these parents? Why do you think it is they were so adamant there was a
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times, and to make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community, the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have.
This is insane, you guys. I cannot.
And we're ready to talk as soon as she's ready. So, you know, she called right now. We're ready. How about unknown? We know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search.
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday, when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound. And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only
Amen,
a
Lavina.
story, but an international story. So, you know, it is. It's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, and the mayor, to every citizen here. We want to know the truth.
Stay here. Are you frustrated?
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here, and then we'll figure it out. I promise you that. We'll end up figuring it out.
Any idea of the number of manpower hours or the expense of drones and all the rest of the search that might cost the city and state?
Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's you know, again, these detectives that are here.
Oh, Foxfire, I'm the queen of
A
typos.
small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have. Not that I'm aware of.
Just expand on the people from the state, federal resources brought in. What were they doing exactly as you all were searching for them?
Sure. A lot of the
adore you.
From the FBI side, several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, in a case like this, especially if it goes national, we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calls. And when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you've got to follow up on them because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us. From that now.
Chief Vance of the AGG 61017. Question for Chief. With all of the
I agree.
that you mentioned, Chief, that
Pepper, I agree.
Is that kind of during this ordeal?
We could be Big Pippin with this guy.
Well, you know, again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped. That several 7 hours, 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very very strange. Yes.
Do you feel confident, your investigators feel confident that you know why?
No,
we do not know. Absolutely no.
Chief, can you explain for us? You mentioned while at the recent Carlee's on the front line, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, very, again,
Word
she said it.
crazy.
I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
Word.
I've always been one of these guys, never say never, but 6 football fields. I mean, I like athletics. I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
So you have interesting technology to enhance the video of 59. Did you see it then?
You don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russell? And how serious of a crime is it to not only get a 911 call, but to lie along with the investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we would discuss as we walk through the still investigation. But people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and again, the gentleman earlier said frustrating. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
So did you see her calling in from the side of the road when she made that 911 call?
No, not to my knowledge.
All right, last question here. Is this investigation held up until you can speak once again, Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but obviously we want to talk to Carlee as soon as we can and do an in-depth interview. And at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
That's all the questions we've got.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you for your time, Chief.
Wait, what is stopping them from talking to Carlee?
Carlee.
There was a surprising amount of information. Brittany Leone, one of our 2 crews getting this team coverage. We'll get to Brittany in a second for her thought she was in.
All right. Let me remove this.
We're going to re-listen to parts of that because I was trying to listen, but
You're really do you have your different earphones in?
no.
The purple suit. I know. All right, I'll just turn you up. That's fine. I'll play this game with you. It's okay. Listen, that dude was big pimpin'. In that spiffy jacket and that tie. My grandpa would wear stuff like that in the early 80s, the 70s and 80s. And he reminded me of my grandpa. So all love goes to him. Also, my grandpa's birthday is coming up, so it's probably a sign. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my grandpa had a pink jacket similar to that in the late 70s.
What did I hear correctly? She Googled Taken, like the movie.
She stole a bathrobe and toilet paper. Really? What?
It's
Also,
like weird Debbie Collier like purchases from.
No, it's not. Nope.
Okay, never mind. But it's odd indeed.
No, Debbie Collier was a lady who committed suicide. She was a sad soul. I feel for her. I don't feel for this kid anymore. I'm mad now because now it's confirmed you're lying. Now it's confirmed. I've been calling her all kinds of liar, pants on fire names this week. And as soon as I saw her drive, that was the first thing in the video that I was like, something's wrong. When I saw her drive that far, that was my first indication. Something's up. This is weird. It just didn't pass the Smollett test for me. And now that I know she's lying, I'm really pissed off.
So wait, what did they just say though about her driving that distance? Like they saw her like parked on the side of the road, says she's got her flashes on, and then did they say she saw the child 600 yards away?
Well, apparently she's following the child down the road. Pepper says, I'm relieved we don't have to worry about the toddler mafia along the freeways. I know that is a major relief, but Linda is still potentially in trouble. So listen, Linda, if you can hear us, Blink twice if you
Blink
need some
twice.
help. We'll send some help. Now, this is somebody right here. You know, I've talked about this all day long. Search and rescue canine mom. This really pisses her off. And the crime sleuthin says she cannot stress enough what the actual, unless she's trying to leave because of abuse, which it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of abuse. I'm, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Let's talk about Menendez. They should make an arrest.
She's kept in the back of a trailer,
Yes, she was fed granola bars and Cheez-Its. They played with her hair. They did her nails. Are you fucking kidding me right now? You are not a Barbie doll. Somebody get her ass out and have her do some explaining.
I think she will. I mean, they're going to make.
She doesn't have a choice.
You
better lawyer up, you little brat.
I'm sure a statement will be made on behalf of the family in the coming hours or day.
The snacks for her for a reminder.
The snack for her own purchase.
Listen, this is not going to be a statement, boys and girls. This is going to be an interrogation. This is not a statement. They're not waiting for her statement. She has made a statement. She will now be called in for an interrogation. There are crimes committed here. Pepper says, I truly felt bad the other night for laughing my ass off about the diaper demons in the woods, just in case it was true. But now I'm pissed off. Me too. And what Crazy Mama said earlier, I mean, Crazy Mama and I have talked about this a gazillion times with our, about our children. And, I got no problem yanking my kids by the ear and asking them what's right and what are you doing. And I was just telling this to LFT, my kids grow up knowing that I would fight tooth and nail for them for any reason. You only have to tell me the truth. If you robbed a bank, I will get you a lawyer. I won't lie for you, but I'll get you a lawyer. I'll help you however we can, whatever we can do to help. Whatever it is, we will do whatever we can to help you. Don't lie to me, because if you lie to me, and this is exactly what I would tell them. If you lie to me, you are on your own. And I'm dead. I mean that, from the elementary school principal to a judge, a superior court judge. I don't care. If you lie, you are on your own. I cannot help you when I don't know what the truth is. And then you don't get punished if you tell the truth. You have to suffer the consequences. You will have consequences in life. If you make mistakes, you will always have consequences. But
not only did it, sorry.
If you are truly sorry and you screwed up, and it's like, yeah, okay, I really screwed up and I'm so sorry, and I owe everybody an apology, and I know that I have things to make up for and my shortcomings and all the things. But not this girl's doubling down. She got sock money. She got $106 in her sock.
They not only did they not take her car, they didn't take the $100.
But they took pictures of her.
She thinks they took pictures of her.
Well, and how these people were the nicest damn kidnappers. They played with her hair. They didn't want to leave marks on her arms. God bless them. You know what? They're the nicest damn kidnappers I've ever heard of in my life. I would call them caregivers. I wouldn't call them kidnappers.
They don't want to leave marks on their arms. Wow, I would have been like, they didn't want to leave their DNA, but that's just me. I don't know.
DNA, right. Hey, sis.
I have so many questions. Wait, what the hell just happened? What did we just hear? So she talks to her mom at 9:19,
Mm-hmm.
And then at 9:21, she's on the phone again, and that's when she's on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I said. She is driving. When she's driving forward there, she's on the phone with the police. And that's exactly what I said. And did her damn nails. Oh, you guys, actually, LFT, guess what?
What?
My package was delivered. You get to run the show. Hold on, I got to run downstairs.
Oh, good. Okay, wait. So hold on. Let's just. Did they? How much? They didn't even really talk about the abductor, right? Because as far as they know, there's no sign. There's more evidence on her like phone and computer, like Google searches. There's more evidence there than there is of an actual abductor, right? Like I'm not crazy. I I don't know. I don't know. I don't think her parents are involved. And I'm really glad to know that her mom, because that was my biggest issue, was like, why the hell did someone not call when there's a scream and no response and already in a precarious situation? So it's good to know like her mother did call, but I don't think they're in on it. I think I'm assuming at this moment they are utterly confused and worried would be my guess and my hope as a parent after just hearing all this. So she left the dinner food in the car, but took the snacks that she had purchased. And ironically, those are the same things that they fed her. So was it like she was told to grab all this stuff before
From
she
the
left
woods.
work? Or
From the
or
woods.
like had they or did they have communication from her? Or like with someone messaging her saying like, all right, we need a roll of toilet paper and we need some snacks. And you meet us here at this time.
Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, you bring us the toilet paper and the snacks. We'll paint your nails. We'll play with your hair. We'll give you a massage. You know, it sounds like she was at a spa.
She works at a spa. She works at a spa.
The
Why
irony. The irony.
Okay.
You don't say.
Why was she wearing the black robe?
I carry toilet paper around. I don't know. I don't know if she's pregnant. I don't know. Pepper said it was a redheaded trucker with his wife she never saw with a baby and got away, but they captured her again and then fixed her hair and did her nails. Uh-huh.
And they don't talk. There was no sign of a child. Like no, they can't find credible evidence.
She heard a child. Oh, but right. Yes, you're right. Police didn't find a child. Excuse me. Yes.
But
by the way, this box has been through it, LFT. I'm not going to lie.
I'm a little pissed. That's okay. That's fine. The box should be the least of my worries right now. So wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So let me get this straight. No one saw the toddler, and even the fiance or her brother's girlfriend that she was speaking to at the time when she drops her phone, that she only hears Carlee's portion of it. There's no response from, and there's no like evidence that she heard a male voice.
What road was this? I need a couple days away. Do you need to make a reservation? Well, apparently you just plan in advance. Bring a bathrobe and some toilet paper, some snacks, and hope for the best. I'm so mad. Like
go down 459 south, and then but cut over where you see the target should be on your left hand side. Take the exit over there, and then jump back on 459 and just see what then pick a spot.
Katie says she could be lured with Fun Dip. Cheez-Its though. I'm sorry.
Why the hell did she take the bag from Target? Why? Like
she needed.
I knew she opened the door to grab shit. Like I said that. I was like, she's doing it. Like
we all saw that.
Yeah, like she got out and immediately starts messing it. Like and then it's like you run to the other side of your door and you start messing. It's like you're grabbing stuff. So So maybe the rustling or that shuffle was like the bags and stuff that they heard, because
Mhm.
the timing of when she drops the phone is pretty quick from
It's
her
utter
getting out of the
bullshit.
car.
That's what it is. It's utter bullshit. And you know what? To me, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
I wouldn't do anything that gains national attention for one. That's for damn sure.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
I
Raise your hand if you're mad now.
I'm confussed. Like I
How
am.
can you be confused? We've been pointing out the facts of this since she returned, right? Pointing out the obvious.
Yeah.
And yet,
Okay, so
I told you last week, I said, or Sunday, I said, I am going to be so pissed if this is a hoax. And you know what? Now I stand on, I'm pissed. I am pissed. This girl has a lot to answer for.
But our takeaway too is that law enforcement is struggling with the an abductor scenario. They are struggling to find evidence that confirms or validates that. Is that everyone's am I wrong from the press conference? Or is that not a legit thing? Like they are unable to confirm at this moment in time legitimate evidence that points to a specific abductor or abductors.
Mm-hmm.
All they have right now indicating that is Carlee's statement.
That's it. Her lies. Amelia says she feels validated and angry, but you're not surprised. You know what, Amelia? That's exactly what I feel too. Thank you. I feel validated for knowing that I'm not nuts and my radar's not off, because it was, as soon as I saw this, I was like, something's up. And LFT and I had, I don't want to say heated discussions, but we had disagreements on some of the things. And it's not a right wrong. My instinct is okay. It's, and I think that's what probably a lot of people feel like, is validation, that when your radar goes up and your antenna goes up and you're like, there's a red flag there. It's validation knowing that you were right. There is a red flag.
Okay, wait. And Demi, I agree with that. I can see that, but and that's what I was thinking before, but I don't know so much if it's like a mental disorder or a difficult personal situation she was in at the time.
Bullshit. You know what it is? It's not, it may be a mental disorder, but it's going to be like personality disorder.
No, I mean, or just like she got herself into
because you don't plan your own kidnapping, lie about it. I don't know. She spit in the you know what, Crime Sleuth, and this is true. She did. She spit in the faces of real victims of abduction and trafficking. She sure did. She sure did.
I can't figure out the motive either, Pepper, because it doesn't fit the classic motive in terms of like financial gain or that's what makes me think it was like she just was in her own predicament that she needed to get out of. And so it makes me think not so much under like a severe mental break of just, but a very isolation. Something was going on with her personally, and and this was how she dealt with, and possibly how she dealt with it.
She showed her whole ass. You're right. She did.
She failed her nursing test, and I hate that for her. But like,
yeah, how do you feel now, though?
Take it again. I mean,
you thought you were humiliated before?
I mean, John F. Kennedy Jr. had to take the bar exam. How many times to pass? Like, you got to stick with it. It's okay. Like, I don't go to the abduction.
It's maddening for me because the amount of time, effort, and energy that went into the search. So many people who didn't know her spent time trying to help find her. men, it is maddening. And there was a lot of people and a lot of prayers. Meanwhile, she's in the woods eating Funyuns.
And she said that she walked, so they dropped her off and she had to walk back.
Thanks for being here, Amelia.
They released her. She had to walk back through the woods or over a gate. She remembers, wait, a fence? Was there a fence mentioned?
Yes, they lured her. It must have been with the Cheez-Its, the toddler, or the nail polish. I don't know which.
I don't know how they lure her with the Cheez-Its when the Cheez-Its are in her possession already. She just bought them. You're luring her being like, we'll give you $5 for the Cheez-Its. And she's like, okay. Like, that's the only way. She already had the Cheez-Its and granola bars. That's what she purchased from Target. And then that's what they fed her to sustain her throughout the 48 hours.
There was text of her texting with the stripper. The I'm rich, you're poor, I'm hot, you're not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Listen, this girl's a spoiled brat. I'm sorry. I have no F's out the window when it comes to this one now. You know, you're wasting. Look at all the women and children and and men who have, literally been abducted. Let's talk Summer Wells. Let's talk about the children who are defenseless.
I still stand by my statement about Summer Wells. If she's able to walk home, the first thing she needs to do is knock both of her hair, like slap them both in the face and be like, "What is wrong with y'all?" Like, I have
Dookie
been
Shoes is in the house.
Oh, Dookie Shoes is back from having pancakes over at Bryce's.
Listen, my parents sat me. Okay, let's see what this says. Sat me and my siblings butts down as little kids and told us where we'd go if we did bad things. Right? I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it as someone's bish. You right? Right? No, parents still do it. Ask crazy mama. I was up for hours scrubbing the traffic cam footage. Like, this is right. So were we. Kimbook, just so were we. We were literally up in the middle of the night watching it over and over at 0.25 and then faster and slower and trying to, because you're like, oh my God, you don't want this to be true. And I'm glad it's not. But then again, I'm like, bitch, for real? This isn't true.
Crime sleuthing, no kidding. I actually thought about that as well because my guess is that she does. I mean, my guess is how her mom's carried herself thus far. Dealing with
that woman
daughters
is.
But my guess would be like, yeah, she still has some compassion for Carlee. I don't think that would all of a sudden evaporate because I think she'd be like, okay, there's I hope there's some reason why you did this.
It's their entire life.
But like. And it goes back to what I said. You have no idea. Like, of course, we're all grateful and thankful that she made it home safe because that is rarely the case. You are in a club of very few that get to be who have been legitimately abducted and returned home or made their way home safely.
Oh my God.
They are that's the club you want to be in. The club you don't want to be in is the one that's far too frequent.
In some ways, as far as true crime case goes, this is easier to take than the other tragic cases. It is. Everybody was seeing shadows. Everybody was. You start second guessing what the hell. You start second guessing what the hell you're seeing. And like I said, when I saw this girl's picture, I thought, oh God, no, please no. And I stopped and prayed. And that's not a wasted prayer. And I'm not sorry I did it because that reflects on me. All the people that said prayers for her, God bless them. And God bless her. But she's not having any mental breakdown because you don't plan your mental breakdowns. You don't get that opportunity to plan your mental breakdowns. Kate says it does take away. Kate says, okay, don't come for me. They did play with her hair and she left. Oh, good point. She was wearing tight braids. Well,
Well,
she had 49 hours to sit in the woods with her toilet paper and bathrobe, so she didn't have much to do.
well, and that's the other thing. Like, was was the captor like? Did she give a description of what they were wearing? Because was the captor actually the one walking on their knees, and was he the white T-shirt, kind of balding, so it looks like a kid? You know. I don't. I, hmm. Oh, Carlee, I'm glad you're safe, but now you better be using the power of prayer just to get through this next part of it because you can't avoid it.
Nope.
You can't.
I'm having a mental breakdown 5-6 days a week. Hi, Striker Force. Thanks for coming in. Oh, white T-shirt, also no pants.
And was she returned in the same clothing that she disappeared in? And it was like she had the robe. Do they still have the robe? Where is the robe? The black robe that potentially she took from the Woodhouse Spa.
I don't know.
I wonder if she was wearing that robe in the Target video in the footage.
No, because that would cause people would be like looking at her. Why are you wearing a robe in here? It's 8,000 degrees. That she probably did it because that was her blanket. What she should have done is gone to Target and buy a pillow and a blanket. Instead, she and her $106 in her sock. They did all these terrible things to her, but they left the money in her sock.
107.
Okay, 107.
107. Get it straight.
Unresponsive. Bullshit.
Oh, that was debunked last night.
Well, and that's what I said the first thing when they said that. I said, I called bullshit on that. When they said unresponsive, I said, faking it. Faker.
If she wasn't fired from Woodhouse, I wouldn't expect her necessarily to have a job there now at this point.
Foxfire. Let me see. I'm sorry. My stupid mouse is not working today. Apparently, I need a new battery for it. So let's try that again.
I'm still missing it.
I really didn't want to believe she faked it because abductions are real, and it sickens me that someone has the nerve to do this. All the real missing. I know. They don't get the option to come home.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get the option. They don't get
privilege awarded to very, very few.
Yeah.
I am dumbfounded right now with the way
my sister in Christ.
The whole press conference, I'm gonna have to rewatch it like 2 or 3 more times to really make sure I got everything. Yep. But I am just dumbfounded, with the information they were able to provide, and I think they did a very, civil thing by saying, we explained, we've been in. Obviously, they did not speak ill of the family. They weren't doing anything. They just made it clear, we are going forward because we owe a response to the community, and not only the community, but clearly the nation at this point, and to the well-being of our local community at minimum, and we're telling the facts, and just we're giving you the heads up, that's what it is. And
we did. You're right, David. We did know this was suspicious. Hi, Delyn. Oh, I did too. I thought they were very professional as well. Love to you. How are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I got to be honest. I don't want, because I'm pissed. And this is, you know what? This is actually, I'm really glad that Lynn's in here, because this puts it in a perspective for me. And this is one of the things I was thinking was we were working on the Henrietta case. And that case, there is something very, very extraordinarily dark about that case. It's very dark. And there's a lot, there's what we know is absolutely horrific. And what we don't know is probably 10 times worse. And people are still dealing with that. The dust hasn't even come close to settling on, children being unalived. And coming off of that, and I will never, there's very few cases that I can't let go of. That's one that I will never, ever let go of. Ever in my entire life. That Harry Milligan, there's just a couple of cases that will always be in my heart and my head at night when I go to bed. And that's just, that case gives me nightmares. And I will always pray for that family. They are amazingly kind people. But you're talking, what a slap in the face. What a slap in the face. I'm hoping we learn everything soon too. And like I said, our love and prayers go to you, Lynn.
Yeah.
Like I said, what we know is horrific. What we don't know has got to be 10 times more. And I hate to even use this in comparison with Carlee Russell, but it pisses me off. It pisses me off. When you have real tragedy, real trauma, real horrid things go on, and then you have a privileged little bitch, and I'm going to say it, a privileged little bitch driving a red Mercedes. She is a privileged little bitch. Tell me I'm lying. You have this go on? Oh no,
I think
ma'am.
she's a fortunate young woman, a very fortunate one.
Kate. Oh my God. I'm totally showing these. Kate, I am totally showing these. These are amazing.
I just think it's like that you mentioned Henrietta too, and that's what's so interesting to me. The comparison is that, I mean, everyone knows I'm in North Carolina. Like, you don't have to be local to care about something, and the impact of it is far-reaching. And you do get sincere care and concern, from outside of a 50-mile radius of where something occurred, and it just blows my mind that in her potential orchestration of this, that she didn't consider that. Like, you call 911 and first of all you involve you think you see a toddler, because Tia was going at me hard. Just for the record, she was like, "Why do you keep saying that?" Because I was like, because I was like, literally, that's all we have to go. There's no. She didn't call 911 because she was like, I fear I'm being abducted. She called 911 because she saw a toddler. That's what we have to go with, what her story is, because that's the only thing we have right now. We have to go with that was the whole reason LE was deployed. Like, why they showed up with their, flashers on within minutes, because she reported a toddler. I can't believe, like, you made those conscious decisions to do that. And if you did see one, you better be giving a whole lot of effing answers right now for real, because if you stand by that's what you saw and this is what has happened, you better be helping in every sense of the word that you can, because it wouldn't just stop with you, in my opinion, Carlee. It wouldn't just stop with you. They're now more at risk. If this happened to you and you're able to break free from it, who's to say it's not to happen again? And that child is at risk. I don't know if it belongs to the abductor or not, but like, you got to think through this. Like, those are legitimate concerns.
You're
and
right.
You don't get.
Lynn said she obviously didn't think this out too well. I agree. That's where you get my prayers. That's where you get a little bit of compassion, because, I always pray for the stupid. But you wanted attention? Girl, you got it. You got it.
And now they need privacy, because, and again, so
you're going on a Today Show.
But I knew the parents' statement of specifically just noting her mental well-being. Like, they really kind of they referenced the physical, she fought physically and mentally in terms of their interview that morning on Lid's Day Show. They referenced that. But by the end of the night, they are saying, listen, our main concern is essentially our daughter and her mental well-being. Not her well-being in general, her mental well-being. And I think they are I do think at that point they're realizing, yeah, there's something. I don't know if it means, I hate to say like they're using that as an excuse. You know what I don't want a mental break to be an excuse for something.
Mm-mm.
I want them to own it as like a reality of what it was. It's not an excuse, it's the reason it happened. Don't use it as an excuse for what happened, but make sure you make it clear this is the reason and this is what we are now dealing with, and we need our daughter needs help. And and I need to start
See,
talking.
Shift gets it. As queen of the snacks community, which Shift Happen is. She is queen of the snacks community. She loves Cheez-Its, but they're being I don't know how you want to say it, but I'm so mad. I'm so mad. She'll get my prayers because the Secret Service got involved and she's going to need a good lawyer for wasting their time. Yep.
I wonder what else she did at work to Lynn. Like, I don't know how much, I wouldn't care. I mean, about the toilet paper, God bless, take what you need. But
again, you're planning ahead. So, is
and
there
you're like,
sort
so she wanted a one-way bus ticket to Nashville
mm-hmm.
and that was in the date she searched for was July 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Get off my phone.
Mm-hmm. Who's in Nashville? Harry and Meghan style privacy. Ignore me as long as I set up a public photo shoot. You betcha. You betcha. And Vinny from Court TV actually said something about the beautiful glamour shots. You live a snack lifestyle.
I was waiting for you to mention that because I was like, I couldn't remember if that was that Vinny special, that deep dive that they did last night.
Mm-hmm.
But it was every image of her. It's just this like beautiful pictures of her, which
she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah, like, but they were like, isn't it kind of odd that everything is like the sequin dress, or I think you referred to it essentially as glamour shot.
Yeah, he did. Linda, I missed most of the presser due to a toddler being a toddler. He's reported back to the gang.
Listen, you better up the belt. I don't know. Drop the bedside, like the bed level on the crib, and heighten the the length of the bars. Good Lord.
I'm sorry. Is it a crime to do someone's nails without their consent?
Did they mention that too, that they did her nails?
I didn't hear it in this press conference.
But they played with her hair.
They played with her hair.
And
I can't wait till her album drops.
I think she got abducted by apes. This is like ape behavior. Like they messed with her hair and took her food and then fed it to her and groomed her and then freaked out and let her go. Like that. We watched this on National Geographic. That's like monkeys and apes. Like they pick at the hair, they work in a unit, and then they're like, get the F away from me. Don't piss them off.
I have to show you guys this. This is funny. Didn't they say her hair was in braids under the wig? Yes. But apparently she probably, this kind kidnapper was able to take the braids out and play with her hair.
Because her mom said something about that too, saying she won't look the same because she was wearing a wig, and so she won't look. There will be tight braids along her scalp. I thought is what her mom said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and so maybe she heard that, so she was like, I can't come back.
Hoover PD pinpointing locations. How do you like that?
What?
The picture.
Oh wait. That ain't
That's
right.
a great. I love it. I think it's hilarious. But see, I deal with humor. I like, who said that just a little while ago? Shout out to Granola Box.
Nature's Valley and Nabisco should be pissed off right now. Is all I can say. They'd be like, don't even drag us in. Don't. Absolutely not. Mercer, like, you do not drag us into this shit. like Nabisco and Nature's Valley. I don't know. I'm going with granola. That's what I just think of. Like I would be a little irritated as the proprietor of such products.
I don't know who you are, but I will find you and eat all of your Cheez-Its. Shift, you need to save this. You need to save this. This ain't right. I'm sorry. It's just I'm laughing, but I'm angry. I'm mad.
And now I have even more questions than I did before, to be quite honest.
I do too. She had to explain why she took her braids out, so she blamed the redheaded trucker. Right?
Right. So when did the wife come into play? Did she say there's a female that was?
Yeah, that was the one that was playing with her hair, and she must have done her nails.
So wait a minute though. How is a trucker permitted to be like literally work for? I'm assuming some sort of trucking company, but yet their permanent address is mile marker 11 of I-49. And where the hell do you get to park your truck?
Dookie Shoes just love the best. Just broke the internet with this one. Did the baby leave a trail of goldfish crackers so he could find his way back to the crib? The tweets and memes, they are therapeutic. Oh, thanks, Betty. Thanks for being here. And I appreciate you so much. I really do. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Toddlers, truckers, and tiaras. Done. Right there.
Actually, that's right. Like that. Damn. But I want to know how the family responds at this point because they're going to have to say something. You can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. You can own it in a way that is you're doing the best you can right now, but going silent and
you can't double down now. You have to. You went on the Today Show and you said, "Oh, she was fighting for her life while being fed granola bars."
That she purchased, by the way.
Right, her own granola bars. You should have gone to the game. Chris says, every time I kidnap somebody, I take my gel, manicure supplies, and extra glitter because you never know. Right?
So they didn't allude to her being drugged, though, right?
No, no, there was nothing in the toxicology. Jane Doe says you can't make this dish up. Oh, wait. Yes, you can. Yeah, you're right. Trucking is hard work. Maybe they were frustrated with their toddler and wanted to kidnap a babysitter.
That's what I wonder too, Dylan. Like, I wanted to know, did she return the same clothing that she disappeared in?
They said she had a tear in her t-shirt.
I'm assuming they're analyzing all that for other DNA, and it's going to be a damn shame if it comes up to like, a friend of hers, like she was at somebody's house instead. Like that's going to just be humiliating and just awful. Like just ugh.
It is, and for that part, I do feel bad for her. I'm not that. Yes, I am. No, I don't. I don't feel that bad for her. I don't. You got yourself into this horrible mess. I feel bad for your mom. I feel bad for your mom and dad. That's who I feel bad for. I feel bad for any siblings you have or family members that have to do with. I don't feel bad for you, Carlee. Get your shit together. You're a 25-year-old woman. You don't plan a mental breakdown.
At this very moment, though, I still think her parents, even after this press conference, I still think they believe that there is an abductor out there.
Well, God bless them. God bless them. I understand that. And as a parent, I would want to believe my kid too after I yanked her hair out. But I'll tell you what, you better lose privileges to that Mercedes Benz.
It's an SUV. I mean, a sedan.
Is it? What is it? If you're going to get kidnapped, she said, at least you can bring your own toilet paper and snacks. Y'all, this whole thing just turned from a very serious into one big joke. I hate that. I hate that because now, and the true crime community, we're all going to be second guessing. We're going to have this. She should have Googled Cherry Papini, excuse me. Yep.
Instead, and learned from her mistakes. Taken. And
yeah.
And how long what did she say about the Amber Alert? There was something about the Amber Alert that she searched.
Yeah. Do you have to pay back money? Really? Yes, you should.
Yeah, I bet
should.
you are. I bet you will have a fine at minimum and some serious community service to do.
Right. I would be too.
I said she should have to work in a daycare.
I wouldn't want her around kids. Hell no. I said she should be picking up garbage on the side of the road where she left her.
She's a flight risk. She is a flight risk on the side of the road. I think that's been proven. We cannot have her on the side of the road again.
Oh,
Bad things happen
true.
when she's on the side of the road.
Very true. When you're right, you're right. Okay. We're gonna have to come up with some different punishments then. Oh, I got some. She should go clean out truck stop bathrooms. How about that? Under supervision, she can go clean out some truck stop bathrooms. That seems like a terrible punishment.
I don't know. I'm guessing she'd be pretty comfortable at a rest stop as well. I don't know. It's making my head hurt. Like
I know. And Linda, me too. We joke about it. But it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm just trying to make light of a situation that is uncomfortable.
And I realize that they don't have to get, like, if she has something personal going on, no, we're not. To a degree, we're owed answers, but we're not owed every detail. And I'll respect that. But you've got to give a legit, like, your next response. You got to just make it clear that she was, like, maybe she was going through something, and you can own that, and that's okay. Like, at least that's an honest answer. I'm not asking for every detail, but you got to say something. And
Pepper, you are amongst friends here, and you are free to express your opinion, whether we agree with it or not, which I happen to agree with. Just so LFT may not, but I do. Don't overspoil your kids, y'all. It makes them acts like her when we don't teach consequences. True. You have to laugh or you'll cry. Yeah. I know.
But what infuriates me is that she's able to sit at home right now and be protected by, the walls of her own home and to essentially evade questioning. Like, she's able right now. I mean, she's gonna lawyer up and not be interrogated. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I am, like I said, I'm very sorry for her family. I'm not sorry for her. I'm not. I think she should have to pay. I think she should be, others have committed less crimes and are in jail. Ones that didn't have the Secret Service involved.
Yeah, like they had special task forces on scene that night. They had,
No, agreed.
So they, in the law enforcement, it didn't seem that they were, it sounds like they're still open to hearing what more she has to say, but they're not actively pursuing. There's not enough for them to pursue this alleged abductor. They're not actively.
There is no abductor.
That route.
Yeah.
But that's right. Like, that was made clear. Like, right now.
Correct.
That's what they've been told. They have not been able to verify it, and what can they pursue at this point? No one else has said anything. No one else.
Well, for about, I don't know, 200 years, they've been looking for, there's been an APB on December 24th on a fat guy in a red suit, and nobody has seen him.
Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But
that's about how much credence I give to her story.
Spirit of St. Nicholas. But
I keep picturing a smart mouth little boss baby out there snatching people.
I keep seeing a baby that's pissed. I keep envisioning a baby that's being like, I am so pissed that I am being used as a bait right now. Like, give me, like, fill up my bottle. I'll strut my walk. I'll do what I have to do. But I'm a little PO, just like a grumpy little sour.
He's got his milk bottle in a brown paper bag, by the way.
And I stand by it. Yeah, the bottle in the brown paper bag, and then the snaps of the onesie under, under like between the legs are undone. Just walking, just like like
Mhm.
I'm doing my job. This sucks. Can't
Um,
believe this is my life. Like
this
I
this is reassuring to me, Ava, and I'm glad that you wrote this. I thank you for writing this. Actually, this is why we have consequences in place. She deserves to pay them. You're right. This is why there are this is why we have rules.
but
This is why we have rules.
does she have the right at this point not to like? Does she have to say anything publicly at this point? Does she owe us? Does she owe the public any further explanation than she's already given?
No, but she can pay her debt to the society that she is lied to. She may not have to say anything, but she has a debt she has to pay.
And that's what kills me too, that if it really was an abductor and it was a child abuse, like you should be giving every detail possible, like being like, I swear, like because it's more than just you involved at that point. Like
Mhm.
you know what I mean. Like if it's legit, you do everything because you don't want it to happen again, and you don't know how far this little group of individuals goes. You know what I mean? Like you just that's what I want
Well,
regard off.
what kind of 18-wheeler trucker stays close to the exit that you were kidnapped from? Most are long haul over road truckers. Again, there's like so many things we can pick apart here. Imagine if a trafficker does use a child now to take someone, nobody will take it seriously. This is my biggest fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's my biggest fear.
That's what I'm saying. She needs to like. I'm legit. If she's standing by that, this is exactly what happened to her. Then you scream like you make noise and you make sure everyone knows and you don't.
I'm already terrified of teenagers in cornfields. I don't need to worry about toddlers too.
God.
Do they teach civics in school anymore? I don't think so. I don't think, and everyone gets a trophy for breathing and everybody gets a participation trophy. Listen, I am for encouragement. I'm for uplifting of people. But now you've taken advantage. So no. Sit down. Shush.
And you reach an age where you have your parents' support, of course, and they're going to do what they can to help. But you're also an adult, and at
You
some
betcha.
point, the parents have to acknowledge, like, we'll support her the best we can, but these are her actions and her actions alone, and this sucks. This is that part of the tough love that truly sucks. But I got news for you. You can't baby her, and you can't make everything okay. You can't rely on your parents for, you know what I mean, for forever. I mean,
You
their
can,
support.
and you hope that they will be supportive, but at some point you have to come clean in this. You are the only one that can come clean in this. And a lot of people, including myself, would say, okay, girl, all right, well, that took a lot of courage for you to come forward and say that. And you will get an okay girl for that. At a girl for coming forward. I wish you hadn't done this. But until you do that, shush. Sit down and shush.
I think it's interesting that she picked a trucker. I mean, maybe that's legit because it is, truckers have been like cases throughout history. Like, hell, I mean, like that's not out of the realm of possibility.
I know.
So it's something you try to pick something plausible.
They do have to stop enabling her. I wonder how and when she contact the balding origin trucker. That's just so funny. I just have a vision of like Bozo the Clown. Do you know what I mean? Like Bozo the Clown is the one that lured her.
Okay, the only thing, and Tia's going to scream when I say this because she's going to be like, there was no abductor. But hold on. The only thing that gets me is that they said law enforcement had previously said up into her leaving Taziki's after picking up the food, there was no evidence of her being followed. She seemed to be alone, no one in the car with her. She was alone, whatnot. We didn't know about the Target stop until last night. And so Is there any signs of anyone following her from Target? Because it's interesting that the things that she purchases are the things that she literally takes with her into the woods. And it's like I'm playing devil's advocate here and trying to think else. Like, did someone see her at Target and then follow her from have an exchange with her there? But I know. Stop rolling your eyes. I can feel it from here, and but I'm just. you- mm, Look at that. Don't. I know that's you typing, so I didn't type that, so that's you typing it. So shut up. Like,
Remember the wild-eyed runaway bride who made a very yes, I do. I do. I do. All right, you guys. Well, we have taken up your entire afternoon. Thank you so much for being here with us.
I don't hear anything anymore. Oh no, I can't hear Tia. I don't know if it's on me or are we even still live? Right. Oh my God, I'm all in. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Thanks so much.